Welcome back to episode 2 of Tile Locked Valley. You might have noticed that my farm is an absolute anxiety-inducing mess, and that's because in the first episode, I spent the first year and a half on my farm restricted to just these tiles highlighted here. If you haven't seen the first episode, I do recommend you go check that out so you're all caught up on what the challenge is and what we've accomplished so far. For those of you that did see the first episode, I want to say thank you, sincerely, especially for all the wonderful and supportive comments. And I know there were a lot of things I didn't get a chance to respond to, so I'm going to try my best to answer some questions at the end of the video. For now, it's time to jump into our next goal. Reach Pierre's general store so that we can start buying and planting seeds. We'll also need to unlock the nearest water source so that we can refill our watering can. With these 2 steps completed, we'll have significantly upgraded our ability to make money and therefore unlock more tiles. But how do we get there? Well, we spent the last year and a half achieving level 1 foraging, so that now we can collect tree seeds and farm them properly. This has unlocked our first renewable source of income for the series, wood and sap from chopping trees. Now I am aware that I actually had another source of money much earlier on, and that's clay. Tilling dirt with a hoe almost anywhere in the game has a small random chance to yield 1 piece of clay. On the tiles I have unlocked, I would have a 3% chance of receiving 1 clay per tile I till. Because of my limited space, I would also have to use my pickaxe to untill the tile in order to till it again, repeating this process over and over until my energy ran out. I tried this method for a couple days, and here's how it went. So, we got this maple seed we can plant, and a letter from Pierre. Stop by Pierre's general store. See you soon. Yeah, that's the goal, man. Probably not that soon, but that's the goal. Okay, then we can plant our maple tree seed here, and we can sell all our wood and sap now since I already have this chest. So we can go ahead and sell that and see how much we get. Okay, 176, pretty good actually. So the other thing I want to try is tilling dirt for clay. I'm not really sure how I feel about this method, but I did the math on it. Since I have level 1 farming and level 0 mining, that means I can only get about 70 or so tiles tilled every day, assuming I have to till them and then untill them. That means I should get about a little over 2 clay per day. Each clay sells for 20 gold, so that means I should get about 40 or a little over 40 gold per day, assuming I use all of my energy on this. Okay, so I used up all my energy. I got 3 pieces of clay, which I guess is actually pretty lucky. So we can go ahead and sell these and collect our earnings. 60 gold. Yeah, I'm still not sure how well this method feels like it actually fits with the theme of the challenge. I'm gonna spend 1 more day tilling for clay, kinda mull it over, see how I feel after the end of another day. So I did another day, I got 2 more clay, and I gotta say, I don't think I'm gonna use this method. I don't actually mind the process of doing it, like it's actually pretty chill. You kinda just till the same 3 spots over and over again, but it just doesn't feel right for this challenge. I think it's because it doesn't really matter which tiles you have unlocked. Like, you could do this anywhere in the game. You're kind of just converting energy into money without really using any creativity. And also, once the trees kind of get going, like once I have enough tiles and trees planted, I think this method will just pale in comparison to what I'm actually able to do with trees. Especially since I'll be using energy chopping trees anyway, so this method will get less and less effective as I go on. I don't know, hopefully I explain it better later. And that's where I left it. Making money from clay would be a slightly more efficient way to play, but I'm not attempting a speedrun challenge or anything, so I want to stick to what feels fun and creative, as long as I'm not avoiding obviously superior strategies just to make the challenge harder, so I'll be sticking with trees for the path to Pierre's. Before we get started, I do also, regretfully, need to adjust some of the tile pricing. I won't be changing anything in the past, and I won't be changing the price we currently have, but further down the line, I think the tiles will get a little too expensive just a little too quickly. So we're going to update the pricing model to look like this. The only real difference is that the 100 gold range is extended to 500 tiles instead of 100, and similarly, the 1000 gold range is extended to 5000 tiles. I kind of always knew this might need to happen, since it's difficult to fully balance a game mode in advance, but my goal for this challenge is to force myself to find new strategies and creative solutions within the game, and not just to play it extremely slowly, although it obviously will still be a lot slower. So the first thing I want to do is unlock some tiles leading down to the water hole here, so that I can get some more tree seeds. I know these tiles aren't very good for farming trees, but as long as I have lots of empty good tiles, I think I should prioritize getting more seeds. What I mean by good tiles are tiles adjacent to this horizontal strip of unlocked tiles I have here. When chopping a tree adjacent to a vertical strip of unlocked tiles, the tree falls away from you, and you can't collect the wood, sap, or seeds it drops. But along a horizontal strip, you collect everything. We are getting close to the water now, you can actually see it. Oh, and we got our first piece of coal. We need coal to make scarecrows, although we also need fiber, and it looks like I only have 10 so far. Okay, it's now winter. We didn't make a ton of progress during fall, but we do have a bunch of trees now planted. So I'm gonna spend all of winter just like collecting seeds off the ground, and I'm hoping we'll be able to kind of jumpstart things come spring. We should be able to plant a bunch of trees and things should kind of just grow exponentially from there. Okay, welcome to year 3. As you can see, we do have a bunch of trees planted now, including some mossy seeds that I managed to get, so that should be nice. I do have a couple more acorns in my inventory, so I'm going to get those planted, and we should get some trees growing here soon. Alright, it's been almost 2 weeks. I've chopped a few trees down now, and I have a bunch of seeds that I'm going to plant. Oh, look at all those little baby trees. So exciting. Alright, as you can see, we have tons of trees planted. Actually, so many trees that we're running out of room. I'm sitting on 200 gold, so it's finally time to unlock our first tiles outside the farm. Here we go. Wow, this is actually kind of surreal. I've only been seeing the exterior of my farm and the interior of my house for like 3 years now in game. And now I'm finally seeing a new screen. Okay, but I can't actually get back to the farm with just this one tile unlocked. I need to actually purchase this tile behind me, and now I can walk back and forth between the farm and this bus stop area freely. I don't think there's actually any good tiles to plant yet. Yeah, but that'll change pretty soon. We'll just need a few more tiles, and then this will be the new best area to start farming trees. It's gonna be a long journey, but I'm so ready to start unlocking some more tiles. I have been waiting 2 years for this, and now we're finally on the path to Pierre's. God, this is exciting. Alright, let's do it. It's now winter. I'm going to spend the whole time collecting seeds. We have pretty much this whole bus stop area unlocked. This may be the last winter I spend farming trees. Good morning. It is the 12th day of summer in our 4th year, and today is a very special day. Look at that money counter. Have you ever seen so much money before in your life? Well, you probably have, but Tilly hasn't, okay? So don't make fun. That is the amount, well, hopefully a little more than the amount of money we need to reach Pierre's. So today, we are going to unlock the path all the way to the store and hopefully have just a little bit of money left over to actually purchase some seeds. I unlocked this whole bus stop area here, but I never unlocked any tiles afterwards. Instead, I've been saving up my money so I can do it all in one fell swoop. So let's do it. Now we do get this cutscene here, but almost all the cutscenes in this game are pretty broken with this mod, since your character can't actually reach most of the tiles. And here we go. So that stole, I think, only one tile from us. Alright, so let's go ahead and start carving our path over here. Access to a calendar for the very first time, as well as access to the Help Wanted quests, and of course... of course, I got here a little too early. Okay, now Pierre's is open, and we are inside. Alright, so we have 2,000 left. That should be plenty. Now from this tile, we can reach the backpack upgrade, which we're not going to do right now. And we can reach the store, so we actually don't need any more tiles inside Pierre's. I think I'm just gonna like buy some radishes or something fast, right? So that I can get some quick money. Let's just go ahead and buy 16 for now. We can always come back. We have all these tiles unlocked now. Alright, this farm is still quite a mess. I haven't really decided where I was even going to plant these yet. I hadn't really figured that out yet, but I guess I'm going to plant them kind of basically where I planted my parsnips way back when. Alright, here we go. Wow, this is actually crazy. You'll have to believe me when I say I have been waiting for this for a long, long time. We have officially unlocked farming in the farming game. Who would have thought? Alright, I'm actually going to run back to Pierre's real quick and just spend the rest of my money on seeds, since I definitely do have enough room. So I'm just going to spend the rest of my money on more radishes. Alright, let's go ahead and get these planted. Alright, we've got a lot of seeds now. This is still blowing my mind. I know I've said it, but this is so crazy to me that I have not been able to actually farm in the farming game. Alright, let's go to bed and watch our crops grow. Now, there is something else that I've been keeping from you all. I need to come clean. I acquired something from a tree very early on in the grind, and that is this green shirt right here. I got it from shaking an oak tree, very, very small random chance, and I've been hiding it in this chest, waiting for the right time to finally put it on. With us having graduated from tree farming to actual farming, I think it's fitting that now is the time where we get to don the green shirt, as green as the leaves of the oak trees that I've been chopping down for almost 4 years. Welcome to the new era, the era of farming. Alright, now's the part where I quickly respond to a couple of comments that I got in the first video. First up, I want to address where I got inspiration for this challenge from. Like a bunch of commenters noticed, this is very similar to the Tile Man challenge done for the game RuneScape by a YouTuber named Settled. This is indeed exactly where I got inspiration for this challenge from. I am a huge Settled fan. I'm also a huge RuneScape fan. I've been playing the game for many years, and I've been watching creators play RuneScape for many years. Now, the original Tile Man challenge was actually created by a YouTuber named Sram. And speaking of other YouTubers, I also got a lot of comments telling me that there were other Stardew Valley creators out there who had tried a very similar challenge before. Now, this is something I actually didn't know, which is why in the first video I said something like this. There's a particular challenge that I don't think anyone's ever tried before, and at the time, I thought that was true. There is a mod from a while ago for Stardew Valley called Tile Man, and a number of creators made videos or video series playing through this mod. One of the creators that I've since checked out is Emmalution. Check her out if you're looking for more Stardew content. But the challenge I'm doing is a little bit different from what anybody else has tried before. There are some additional twists that I haven't talked about, but will be revealed in the next episode. And that's ultimately why I decided to write my own mod. Which leads me into the next batch of questions. Where can you get this mod to play it yourself? Now, I have always planned to release this mod publicly and freely for anybody to play, but only when it's complete. And it's not complete yet. As I make these videos, I'm adding stuff to the mod, I'm tweaking things, I'm fixing bugs. All this to say, I don't want to release the mod until it's in its final state, and I can't really make a promise as to when that will be. Hopefully it will be before I finish the series, but in reality it could be just after. I'll add links in the description to other mods that do a very similar thing though. I can't personally vouch for them, I've never played with them. I don't know if they're up to date, I don't know what things they support, but if you're just looking to scratch an itch of doing something very similar to this, they might just do that for you. Any questions you might have about the future of the series, how things are going to work down the line, unfortunately you'll just have to wait and see as it happens. Feel free to leave any other questions you have down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. I have some very exciting things planned for the future of the series. Next episode, we'll be getting into farming, unlocking some new areas, and taking our first peek at the final goals for this series. I can't wait. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.